Well, g'day tubes. Bruce Pender here, and I'm sitting in my favorite part of the yard. Just looking at all the colors and the beautiful summer look. Some of you guys have seen this yard at 40 below, taking snow off that roof with a roof rake. So I think I'm going to do just a little yard tour. What do you think? So let's go. There's my potatoes. They're in the shade now. This garden used to be in the sun until all my trees grew up. So we are really seriously thinking of going to a different garden, but we don't really want to change the yard. I'm sure a lot of you people that have lived in one spot for a long time know how that is. So anyway, here's my corn. You have to remember we live in Canada here, so the corn's about halfway up. There's my clematis. Got for my birthday in July. It's taken off. I got one on each side. This one's not doing as well. And then more corn again on the other side of the walkway. So when that clematis comes over top of that archway, that'll look pretty nice. My beans are really putting out this year. I'll do my first pick tomorrow. So I'm in a zone where you have to pretty much plant everything at the same time. But things are happening. This is my apples. They'll be about tennis ball size when they're ready to pick in September. There's a little geranium guarding the garage door. And a nice petunia basket. So Halver, these are my tomatoes. This one is a, excuse me, Chadwick cherry. It's a, sorry, I'll come back. It's a heirloom variety. The rest of these are early girls and ultra boys. And here's another ananas noir. Davey had a comment on that one. It's coming. The heirloom varieties tend to have a more interesting looking fruit. And then, I got a lawnmower in the way. And then this one is my Caspian pink. And it has more of a traditional or non-traditional looking fruit. So there we are there. You can see that. So I'm pretty happy with my tomatoes this year because they're already really well on their way. Excuse me. And we have a lot of season left here. The marigolds are guarding the tomatoes. And the petunias are bringing in the bees. So let's just go to the other side of this little planting bed. So my peppers are just so wimpy this year, but they're going to be good. My carrots, I planted them really thin, a little too thinly, but when you do that, you don't have to thin them as much in the summertime. And here we have great little onion patch. Bees are humming everywhere, isn't that great? And then I've got my butter crunch lettuce, which I thoroughly beat up about every second day and get in here and cut away. And then some romaine lettuce here. Whoops. And then my little spinach patch, baby spinach. Love that stuff. And then we got kind of a shaded area here. And there's nothing pansy about a pansy. They'll come up through the snow. Ferns. Beautiful lily gonna come up here. I believe that is like a stargazer type of lily. Could be wrong. Some great looking hosta. This gives you an idea of the size. Nice flower on that. Some more hosta. And our glads are looking pretty good. They'll flower in September. So once again, there's my hand. They're about 3 feet tall. Now these interesting guys are called a Sunday's Flame. Listen to that. And even just all the when the sun goes behind a cloud, these little guys close right up. It takes about an hour. So if it's a really dark day, they won't even open. And they close right up every night. They're a lot of fun. That's a beautiful edge to the corner of the deck. Moose mint. No. He must have got into some kind of a fight with a rival and broke his horn. We had a heck of a windstorm about 4 days ago. And that's why a lot of these flowers, like these petunias here, these look like folded up Kleenex flowers. They really took a beating. They're just coming back now. And Halver. The Norseman's Rose. The begonia. Just love them. We have a orange one. And a red one. I picked these single flowers off. I don't know if that's what you're supposed to do. But they're great. Excuse me. Aren't they something? And then the yellow ones. So they make a nice addition to the deck, hiding some of the utility lines and things. And then here, these have just recovered from a hailstorm. These are impatiens. They're pink and white, those. And these I love. They're bright pink. You can tell we love pink flowers around here. And then here's a combo. Pink and purple. Not quite as breathtaking, but these never see the light of day. These are in the shade all the time. So now we're moving along. That's where we were over in the tomato bed over there. Did a circle. There's a colorful little group of petunias there. You can tell we love petunias. These three are the same color. And then we have our wild bed. I like things tame, and my wife likes things a little more natural. So we have a nice tame border. And then we have more natural daylilies, bleeding hearts, ferns. Of course, you got to stick a petunia in for color every once in a while. Poppies. Right now the white ones seem to be blooming, and then in a week or two the pink ones will come and they all change. There's a dragonfly. Cool. So there's what's left of a summer bleeding heart. That's huge. Sorry, I'm shooting into the sun. And a petunia just for a little bit of summer color. And a great potentilla bush. One of my favorites, if you can keep the aphids away, is the delphinium. And then right after they bloom, then we'll have the tiger lilies. Now be kind, folks, but these are my zucchini. But if you really look, they're going to go to town. On here, look at all of the blooms I'm going to get. And then back the necessary proverbial old wild rhubarb in the back there. So I'll take you out front. This is one of my favorite flower beds, excuse me. Right on the corner here we have Lavatera. And then even right at the end of July we still got a few bleeding hearts. That's how cool our weather can be. We'll back up. And the nasturtiums are just starting to cascade over the wall here. And then behind the nasturtiums we have some cosmos. They're just a happy thing. Looks like something a kid would draw. A child, excuse me. Yes. More color. And then we have a Lavatera. And we have a hard time growing these for some reason, but we got a few sweet peas in the back there. And back over in the shade here, a little bit of hosta, trying to survive underneath this big spruce tree. That's it. My neighbor's home on his Harley. You can hear that, eh? We've got a little sitting area here.